Welcome to Left, Right, and You with Tim Elenz and Paul Edwards on WRMN 1410. They're talking current events, politics, local, state, and federal. Your phone calls are welcome at 847-931-1410, 847-931-1410. Now here's Tim Elenz and Paul Edwards and Left, Right, and You.
What are you doing?
I lost my sound.
My camera. Oh, that may not be a. Oh, he did. He fixed it. Can you do the same thing but with the microphone, Dave? For Paul? No. All right, we got it now. What is this now? Look at this. Did you see how they did these cameras? You want to welcome our new camera guy? No, sorry. All right, hang on. I thought you were going to throw some at me again. I wasn't sure what was going on there.
I would never throw anything at you,
Tim.
Tim.
Last time. Not last time, but a time ago. So what's going on? The Cubs, you see that? We're going to rebuild Cubs Stadium. Did you hear that? Did he get this?
Okay, I'm on. I'm back on now.
Hello. Testing. Check. Check. Check.
Yeah, they're going to rebuild Wrigley Field because, well, we all know what's really important is the quality of the park as opposed to the quality of the team. At least at Wrigleyville.
That's right. I forgot where you came from. What's that old saying? I'd rather have a sister who was a whore than a brother who was a Sox fan or something?
No,
something like that. So, what's happening? You see what's going on? Your buddy Mitch McConnell conceded. He said that there's going to be no more earmarks. Did you read this?
He gave in. I like that.
You know what? I don't know. You think that's really going to matter? Do you think they're really not going to give earmarks anymore?
I think they're going to put a moratorium on it. And what do they say? Every journey starts with a single step. And it's one step where everyone's got to take a step back and go, hey, I'm not just going to grab for me. I'm not going to grab for me. You know, and I think that's a big step. Because when we, in order to get out of this mess, we need to have a lot of cuts. And we need to also generate small businesses and businesses to generate more revenue. And we were at an after election party, and I was eavesdropping on a conversation, Tim. And it was two people talking that both worked.
Which party was that?
Well, I don't want to say which party.
Oh, it
was just somebody's party.
Sorry.
And there was a conversation going on. And when these were people who were supporting fiscal conservatives, and one of these people worked for the a community college district, and another one worked for the library. And they were both sitting there talking about, hey, we need to have cuts, but, you know, the library is as lean as it can be. It can't have any more cuts. And the community colleges, we get all our funding from other places, so we can't have any more cuts. And it's that concept that's making things difficult, getting things fixed in our country, because everyone says we have to cut, but not my sacred cow. And, you know, we need to look at things. So the question you posed to me was, do you think it's a good thing that they're going to put a moratorium on earmarks? Absolutely, because it's a first step. It's saying that there are no sacred cows. And I think when we get that whole concept where everything has to be put under a microscope, there is no such thing as a sacred cow, that's when we have a chance of getting out of this mess.
Okay, I think we have a caller.
Jeff has a comment.
Oh, hi,
regarding,
Jeff.
I guess the stock market took a tumble here.
The stock market? Is that Perry or Jeff? I'm sorry. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, kid. How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
Well, I just thought I'm keeping a close eye lately on the world economic situation, and you know what it comes down to. That what I can gather is that they're all waiting for us to make a decision on our policies before they go anywhere else. And the problem is, I guess now Europe is really shaky, and it could be worse within the next week because of their growth in China has gone crazy. So, you know, I think what I got out of watching these guys was that I think what's going to happen is everybody's waiting for what kind of a tax thing we're going to get. And again, you know, it comes down to this. How come we're in this mess in the first place? Answer, the government. It's not me and you, right?
We elect these people, so go ahead.
Well, you know, this concerns me because we don't seem to get it right. And I'm surprised that there's not more outrage from public out there. I mean,
Well, Jeff,
look at it this way.
Jeff,
Yeah.
19 state legislators went Republican. It's 19 House and Senates and states, every state around Illinois went red.
We
Minnesota. When you say there's not outrage,
and Mitch McConnell, as Tim just pointed out, acquiesced to the Tea Party.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, Jeff, but also too is that the Illinois is the only one that stayed blue, and they got 100 new congressmen in Congress. There's 100 new congressmen, and 65 of them are Republican. So that's pretty outrageous.
That is, but it's not even that. Here's what I'm worried about, because you guys know this as well as anybody else, and I've had friends that run for office, and I know I still have one friend that's in office, and it's not what you do, it's what you say. If you look pretty, if you're a pretty woman or a pretty man, and if you say all the nice, sweet things that there is that everybody wants to hear,
I feel pretty,
candy.
Oh, so pretty, shiny.
That's Paul, by the way. He's got a dress on. No.
It's a reality show. The politics have turned into a reality show. Nobody's going to vote for you unless you're somebody that can, like when Clinton was office, everybody got all hyped because he could play a saxophone and rock with the light guys. I'll never forget that.
All right, so Jeff, let me ask you a quick question, and then we're going to move on to our next caller because Mark is waiting patiently with bated breath.
Hang on, Mark, don't hang up.
So, real quick, you had brought up the tax situation. Are you for them extending the quote unquote Bush tax cuts, which I think it's so ridiculous to say we're going to extend Bush tax cuts, which really means are we going to leave the tax code like it is now, or are we going to raise everyone's taxes? Are you for the raising of the taxes or keeping them like they are?
Now, I think until such time when we get ourselves in a better position as far as the economic situation here, I say leave them in place. At least, if anything, alter them to make adjustments on, the situation they have. I don't agree with them being out there forever.
Yeah, and let me tell you this though. I would advocate, and
I can tell you, I want no more taxes. I'm tired of paying for everybody else's crap.
All right, Jeff, I'm gonna let you go from the line, but I'm gonna make one more point. I want you to listen in while I make this point.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks for calling.
Please call again.
And my point is, and I made this with Senator Nolan, I've made it with others. If you want to stimulate this economy, you leave all the tax cuts. You leave the tax code like it is today. I don't want to say leave the tax cuts in place because that's nonsense. Leave the tax code like it is, but make one more adjustment and take all the income that is an S corporate income and do not make the owner of a small business have to pay taxes against it. So for instance, I draw a salary. I'm a small business owner. I make a decent buck, but at the end of the year, I have $100,000 of profit. If I have $100,000 of profit at the end of the year, I have to take $35,000 of that and give it to the government. Now, I haven't taken that other $65,000 and put it in my pocket and spent it. It's just money that the company made. If they didn't tax that $100,000, I could take all of that and roll it back into my company, hire more people, grow. And that's the real income that we need to discuss. You want to tax, someone who works for IBM who makes $250,000, who's not a job creator, his income isn't rolling back into the company, fine, have at it. But quit killing the guy who's actually going to get us out of this. And it's me and thousands of people like me who, if we had a little bit better tax code, we could actually turn around and hire more people. I mean, $35,000 that I'm going to give the federal government. Wouldn't you rather me hire a person and give them that salary? And if every small business was able to do that, thanks, Dave. We'd be out of this mess. We'd be out of this mess today. Thank you very much. The crowd with that, I guess it's time to go.